we are minutes away. Well, more than just a few minutes, but minutes away from the NASA and SpaceX launch that's happening, taking place today.
I honestly didn't even know it was happening today until you brought it up.
Yeah. So I might try to just whip this one out and try to make it for Friday rather than the other one that we have.
That would be cool. Save the other one for next week.
Yeah. So we're excited. We're going to talk about it, and we have it up on the screen live. But, there's nothing to show right now other than some astronauts sitting in the Dragon capsule or whatever it is. But yeah, sounds pretty cool.
So apparently this is the first private spaceship rocket.
Hell yeah, you sound knowledgeable about this.
that is launching actual people into space.
Yeah, it's SpaceX partnering with NASA. It's really SpaceX's first astronauts in space, right?
Crazy.
So it's the first time they are sending as SpaceX as the company privately, into space, but partnering with NASA and launching from NASA's place in Cape Canaveral.
How big ass of an achievement it is to make a company that eventually is going to put people into space.
Yeah, it's insane because Chris, can you hit record on it if you haven't already? Just so we have it, I guess. Breaking my own rules. Okay. It's crazy because these are new space suits. So I'm sure everything's partnered with NASA. I doubt everything was made by SpaceX, but I know they have the SpaceX capsule up there. I don't know. I'm assuming it's also SpaceX's rocket. Here's the thing. We're talking about all this. We don't know all the details. We just think it's cool.
And
so
Chris, feel free to chime in if you actually know more information about what we're talking about than we do.
Because I always watch all the SpaceX launches, but usually it's just they're launching, they've had, over 50 launches now or something. They've had a lot of where they have the rockets that come back, they can land themselves.
I was going to say, most of them are tests to see if they can do the controlled landing stuff by themselves.
And their rate of that is pretty high now. And I don't know if this is one of those rockets. I haven't looked that much into it, so we probably should have done more research on it. But we're just excited because we think it's super cool.
Yeah, I was just as we're looking at this, I just keep thinking, can you imagine how nervous those people are?
Yeah. Look at that dude's helmet.
That's insane.
The sleekness of their whole outfit. It's just not the same bulky thing.
It's so badass.
Now they're not going anywhere. I don't think. I'm sure it's just this is actually supposed to be a demo test. Last I looked up, I think it's called Demo 2 or something.
Wait,
I don't
what?
remember what it's called. The flight is called Demo something.
Wait, so they're just going out into space and then coming back?
I think so.
Immediately?
Yeah, probably within hours. They're probably going to orbit and then come back down.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But it's probably just a test. I don't know for sure. They might be doing, they might spend the rest of the day up there for all I know. I don't know. But
you know anything about that, Chris?
I thought, I could be wrong, I thought they were sending them to the space station.
They have the actual return capsule on the nose of the rocket. So I thought it was but I mean, I don't know why they probably should be sending them to the space station if that's the case. We'll find out. You'll know here in a second. But I swear I read something yesterday that says that it's called Demo 2 is the flight name.
Okay.
But either way, even if that is the case, then is there a description below that? I mean, that'll tell us. It makes sense. Why would they waste a flight just to send people in if they could send one person?
It's a pretty big accomplishment. Yeah. Anyways, I'm reading some Reddit thread too to see if there's any more information on this.
But if you guys, I don't know if you guys follow these rocket launches or anything, but they're so cool. The fact that, this company is kind of keeping this alive. I know Spirit and Boeing do private space related, I don't know, products like capsules and things like that. And a long time ago, there was a bid to, they all pitched to NASA their ideas or whatever. But I think SpaceX won that, maybe? Not quite sure.
What do you think?
International Space Station. Yep.
Oh, so they are going there?
Looks like it. Looks like that first sentence or two says it. Sending two dudes to the space station. But it's so, yeah.
Damn. How terrifying.
Yeah, man.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
You've got to put so much trust into the people who designed that.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that have to go right in this.
And I think
there's no way I'd get into a spaceship.
Dude, I think it said it was a Falcon 9 rocket. Is that what it said? And I think those are the ones that return. I could be wrong. I know not all of them return. So but it's crazy they've managed to make a rocket they can reuse.
You keep saying rocket. It's a spaceship.
You're right.
This one's called the Dragon.
The rocket itself is called the Dragon? I thought that's what the capsule was.
Falcon 9 rocket from historic launch.
Isn't that crazy? They got cool-ass names, too.
I know, right? Falcon,
The Crew
Dragon.
The Crew Dragon is scheduled to dock at the space station at 11:30 a.m. Thursday. So tomorrow. Cool. No, yeah, that's tomorrow. But either way, it's just super cool that now SpaceX is like in on that. They're not just like basically just like killing rockets and rocket fuel at their own expense to just like keep testing stuff. Even though I don't know if they get like, assistance with that money wise, but
yeah,
it's cool as hell. From like watching stuff about Elon Musk and like his team and everything, it seems like he just hires like the best people that he can find and is like, this is what I want done. And then they're like, dude, we can't do that. And he's just like, that's fine that you think that, but this is what I want done. I'll check back with you in a couple months.
Yeah.
And it just like eventually it just happens.
Cameron watches a lot of stuff about Elon Musk.
Yeah. He's a fucking interesting dude.
He's definitely an interesting dude for sure.
He's crazy. And they talk about people like they used to talk about like Thomas Jefferson or whatever. I know that's a leap. And he's not like Einstein, but he's one of those people who's just crazy enough to like not accept no. Yeah. And he gets shit done.
I mean, I think about it. Like in however many 100 years, people looking back on this period of time, they're going to be talking about Elon Musk being one of the inventor type people. Like we talk about Thomas Jefferson back then, I think. Not to that scale, of course. But,
but it's just weird having like this and then Tesla. And then he's got, Tesla also does like the solar roofs and does all sorts of like home appliance stuff. And then he's got I can't remember what the other thing he has is, but it's another kind of company that he bought and then has integrated into his other companies.
He's got that baby.
Oh yeah, new baby. With that music artist or whatever.
Grimes.
I don't know who that is.
So I told you to listen to Grimes a long ass time ago. Yeah,
Did you?
and it's cool that you haven't. But like, so Grimes, if you guys haven't heard Grimes' music, it is the most bizarre, weirdest shit ever. But I can't stop listening to it.
Wow.
I listen to her albums so much because
Really?
it's so weird. I love it. And I feel
Sweet.
like you love it too because you're into some
Probably.
weird ass shit.
Yeah.
But no, guys, we're watching this live.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
So sometime soon it'll happen and we'll show it and then our reaction somehow I'll frame that.
It's crazy that like we're sitting here talking about watching this live. Those astronauts are sitting there too right now in this moment waiting for this shit to happen.
That is crazy. And
I'd be so nervous.
They're like, okay, I'm the first one on a SpaceX capsule and rocket to go to the space. Like I'm the first. Like of course humans have been in space. They're in space all the time now.
Yeah.
But like this is a different step.
Yeah.
So
this is a big deal.
This is pretty cool.
Would you say it's one small step for man?
Yeah, especially. You know what I'm mad about though?
What?
That crew isn't equal enough.
What do you mean? Are you talking?
It's just two white guys.
You're talking diversity.
Yeah.
In a moment where there's only two people.
Yes.
You're right. Let's cancel.
What were their names?
Let's cancel Tesla.
Go to that description again. We need to know if we need to boycott or not. This is Robert and Douglas.
Those are the whitest names I've ever heard.
Those are white guys. I don't know. I could be wrong, but
cancel SpaceX. Get it trending, boys.
You know what's funny is with us knowing nothing, they could easily not be white guys.
I know. That's a good point.
They just look like shadows.
Right. I don't even know. Yeah. I think the guy closest to us is white, but I can't tell it at all.
Can you imagine what it takes to like get to the point where you're like, okay, I'm allowed to be shot into space.
You got to be way healthier than any of us put together.
You basically have to be like immune to nausea.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like, be able to withstand those like G-forces and all that shit. Be smart enough to like, if there's a problem, be able to basically know that in and outs of like that situation.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. Do you have to be in the military first, or is that just one avenue of which you can go? Like, I think if you're like a military pilot, like, and you really like when you're out, you're like, okay, I want to be a fucking astronaut. I think you can like go that route.
Huh?
Again, I don't claim to be an astronaut.
I want to be a fucking astronaut.
But what a cool ass thing to say you got to do.
Yeah.
Pisses me off. We'll never be in space. At least I don't think. Here's the thing: by the time it's probably cool for everybody to go into space, we'll be so old that it won't matter.
Yeah.
But they're like, you can't go into space. You can't even walk up the stairs. Fuck. So that's what's sad. But how cool,
right? What a time! This is probably the coolest thing to happen in 2020 so far.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if 2020 hadn't sucked so far, this would be the coolest thing.
You're right. It probably would still be the coolest thing. Yeah.
With everything considering, this is nice.
Yeah.
But hell yeah. Space is cool.
Is that the route we're going now?
Yeah. Space is pretty
Space
sweet.
is cool, right? Now space weirds me out. How do you feel about the conspiracy theorists that say the moon landing was faked?
It was.
Do you know how many people are probably watching this right now thinking that this is all staged? Like thinking that this is not real at all?
Yeah.
There's so many people. I'm surprised by how many flat earth Twitter accounts I see every now and then.
And here's the thing too. So this is all really cool to joke about. The fact is people think this is fake. Ha ha ha. That's funny. There are the people who think it's fake are so adamant that they're almost violent about it.
Yeah.
You could not convince them otherwise. They're like, yeah, this is the government staging this to make us all believe. Meanwhile, something in another country is really getting fucked up right now, and this is all supposed to distract us.
Yeah.
Or the government's fucking trying to do some political shit or whatever. It's
right.
You know what? If that's the case, this is cool as fuck to watch. I don't care. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen anyway. Shut up.
I watch movies and I know they're fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stupid.
I don't give a shit if space isn't real.
Yeah. But the Earth is flat, Chris.
Chris specifically.
Is that as big a thing anymore?
Flat Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it going as hard?
I still see. Yeah. It's if not hard, if not more people on board.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
That is insane.
Can we get a flat earther on this podcast?
Probably.
I wouldn't want to.
To the 50 followers that we get watching our videos.
Yeah.
If one of you are a flat earther or know anybody that's a flat earther,
yeah,
send them our way.
Yeah. We won't talk shit. We'll make a bunch of jokes, but I'd genuinely love to hear somebody try to pitch us.
Yes, I would too. I'd love to sit down and have somebody actually try to explain to us why all this is fake.
Because maybe we're wrong.
You never know.
You never know.
Crazy shit has happened.
Yeah. So,
probably not.
No. Orbit's a weird thing. Dude, that helmet.
He's freaking out.
Yeah, dude. He's stressed out. He's like, "Fuck! I left my oven on." That typical.
So you mentioned the G-force thing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that feels like when that much power is on the backside of you, pushing you through the atmosphere and shit into space?
Dude, no. I could. And imagine not only that, but the reverse when the rocket stops.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That feeling when you go over the thing on a roller coaster
or
over a hilly road, that little bit of feeling when you're lift. Imagine that. Just you have that and then it stops and you're like, oh shit.
You're not good on roller coasters, right?
I'm fine with roller coasters. Ashley doesn't like roller coasters.
Oh, okay.
But she's starting to do more and more. But
see, that's the same with me. Julie doesn't like spinny rides and roller coasters and shit. But I love them.
See, I can't do spins anymore. But
you can do spinny rides? That's what I'm thinking of.
Back in Rose Hill, I threw up on a ride one time, and I was like, ever since then, I cannot handle it. But I used to be able to do it so much.
What ride was it?
It was one of those. You guys have probably seen them before. It's like the
octopus ones.
It's kind of like that. It's one of those. It's almost kind of a tilted Ferris wheel, and it looks like umbrellas with chairs underneath them. It's just kind of like one of those.
Where they spin all by themselves, they're individual things.
Spin. It literally just goes in a circle. They don't spin individually either, which is even worse. So it literally just goes up at an angle and comes back down. It's almost like a sideways Ferris wheel.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So
does the actual platform itself move?
Yeah, it can kind of sway a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Rose Hill has
you threw up in one of those?
Yeah.
Did it go everywhere?
I think so. Yeah. Or I had a hat and I threw up in it, and it was before I moved here. So
wait, are you not sure if you threw up in your own hat or if you threw up outside of it?
I think I threw up in my own hat, but there was so much that it was all over the
gross, dude.
And the guy, the toothless carny guy that ran the ride.
You gotta love carnies.
I get down to the bottom and he's just he was just laughing, and I just remember ever since that day, I can't ride like spinning. Like I can try, but I get sick immediately.
Do you think that's how carnies get their powers? Is like by consuming the vomit of motion sick children?
Like really, those carnies are like 150 years old, but like they absorb the youth.
Yeah.
Through consumption.
Like
of
that's
vomit
why. That's
from
why I was
children.
laughing. Is like he like as soon as everybody left, he was like, nah.
He's like, you look young and healthy. This is 4 more years.
Gross.
4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more.
Just lighting a cigarette and shit.
Yeah.
He slurps it up and one of his teeth pop back in.
Yeah, he's like, ooh, I've been waiting for that tooth. God.
Nah, carnies freak me out.
Yeah, dude. Dude, even that capsule's fucking cool.
Oh, we're back on space. Oops. I was ready to make this a carny podcast and then watch this shit later.
X out of that whole video. We're done with that shit. Oh, it launched. Cool. Fucking. What about carnies, though?
Do you want to see what the audio's saying?
Yeah.
See what they're talking about?
Oxygen on the first stage, and then at about 26% on RP1 on that second stage.
Fucking nerds.
Yeah, a lot of numbers, a lot of words I'm not understanding there.
Yeah. Damn. Super cool.
Do we know how much time left? I see they got rid of their timer.
Yeah, they had a timer that was really convenient for us to know how close we were.
Right.
And now I don't see it. Damn it.
So, okay, I really don't know that much about traveling to space, but the capsule that you keep talking about, you got a huge boner for. Is that where they are right now?
I believe so.
So that's like the control area, but that's also what pops off of the rocket.
That's what will pop off and connect to the space station and then come back.
And that's got the thing that's got the big ass parachute on it and shit.
Yeah, that's like what can land in the ocean and shit like that. Yeah.
That's
right. That sounds right, Chris. Yeah.
How crazy is that we've discovered? Like humans have discovered a way to travel into space and come back.
I know, it's insane.
There's so much that can go wrong. I can't even imagine how smart people have to be to calculate one, the assembly of the spaceship itself, and then two, like the propulsion required.
Well, if you think about it, there's so much that did go wrong in the process to get to this point, though.
That's true. That's true.
It's such an expensive trial and error, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a big feat to do that. And then to tell it, I want you to land back so I can clean you and reuse you.
Yeah.
And then trust you again. Like, I can't remember what the most... I swear one of those rockets is launched in like 9 times.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did Elon Musk, is he the one that like first pitched the idea of rockets being able to be reused?
I mean, he's the first one who's done it.
Right.
I don't know if he's the first one who came up with the idea. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people in the past have been like, that'd be cool. But
what a crazy concept. Yeah.
Like we'd rather it just trash into the ocean. Like, to him, it's like, okay, I think he's made it to where it's actually cheaper for them to reuse them. So why not just program them to come back? And they don't always, but the fact that it not only comes back, but can land on a platform standing upright where they can just like drive out and grab it. Like, that's crazy. And it can land on a platform in the ocean that like moves kind of.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So
stupid.
Speaking of buying crazy shit, I talked to Chris a little bit about this, but did you hear about fucking Christopher Nolan and the Tenet movie? Did you see that Reddit post?
I saw something about him like buying a plane because it just made more sense.
Boeing
or something.
737, yeah, because it was like more affordable or convenient. I can't remember how he worded it than like CGI.
That's insane.
Or using a miniature like thing.
That's so crazy. How cool though.
Can you like Robert Pattinson and fucking them, like just being able showing up on set and there's a whole ass fucking 737 that was bought just for this one scene.
That is crazy.
What the fuck? That's insane.
That's gonna be cool.
And movies and space, Ty. Well, how's everybody feel about Tom Cruise gonna be the first movie star to film a movie in space?
I didn't know about this.
You didn't hear about that?
Mm-mm.
Didn't he? Oh, you haven't heard about it either?
Mm-mm.
I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure him and Elon Musk have been talking, and like they want to make the first actual action movie, like the first movie in outer space,
like with zero gravity and everything.
Yeah, where like Tom Cruise is gonna have to train for like years, if not like months, if not years, to be able to go up there and do that.
Man.
And then what? Are they gonna have a film crew up there too? It's expensive to put people in space, right? Or is it going to be like one of those things where they film it themselves?
Maybe it's that, or maybe, I mean, if they're putting that much work into it, maybe a lot of the shots are pre-planned and it's on like rigs that can just shoot everything from ground.
Maybe
like they can just communicate with them, like what they communicate with these people. Like, all right, and action, and then they just like have these rigs that just do all the shit for them.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Elon Musk has like this little, like what are those little like drone orbit things that like float in the capsule that like have little like, since it's 0G, they just have little like propulsions on them that like you can just like.
Are you saying he actually has those?
No.
Or is that
well, the
idea?
space station has stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Like where you can actually just like, it's like a little ball, like in Star Wars, the little like trainer thing. It's like that, but it can actually navigate through the space station and shit. At least I watched something a while back that like said they either have that or they're making that or something. So if you can just put a camera on something like that and control it like a fucking drone from the ground, why not?
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Damn. And imagine, okay, in zero gravity, the camera freedom you have. It's like,
right?
It's like, okay, I don't need something to hold it in the air. It just does it. I can spin it. It can look real hectic.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, you don't need a gimbal.
You can do anything.
Yeah. Dang. That would be crazy.
Yeah. What would suck is getting everybody back and then that flight not working out. Your movie's doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that would suck.
But that would be insane.
So we're already at 21 minutes on this podcast. Are these motherfuckers gonna go into space or not? Just kidding.
Weather brief, but there are a lot of folks who are going, why an instantaneous launch window for Falcon 9 and Dragon? Now, typically when we go to the space station, when we do the mission planning, it's an instantaneous window. There may be enough performance in the rocket to launch somewhere in a 5-minute period, but you've got to pick a time in there. But in the case of Falcon 9, once we start propellant load at T-minus 35 minutes, it doesn't matter so much if you can move 5 or 10 minutes left.
Sounds like it got pushed back a half hour.
The whole sequence is scripted.
Half hour?
It said T-minus 35 minutes.
I think that's what they started with.
Okay. Temperatures of the propellant
I think he's saying that when you say T-minus 35 minutes, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to end in that 35 minutes. Like they're going to pick a 5 to 10 minute window.
So essentially, if you start the countdown, 4 hours, 8 hours out like we were doing today, and you have a very short window, once you get into propellant loading at T-minus 35 minutes, you have to go as soon as you get to zero. We don't have the ability to stop the countdown, wait 5 minutes. Now all of a sudden the liquid oxygen starts warming up from 340 degrees below zero in the ground system, and that changes how much performance you get carrying into orbit, and we don't want to cut into those margins. Now, if we had had something like a 4-hour window, which some
we might just have to make this a longer one, slightly longer one. Yeah, take a little commercial break in between and keep it going.
I wish they'd have that damn timer.
I know. What happened to the timer?
We clicked a video that had a timer, and now it doesn't.
We also haven't been listening, so I don't know. Something happened, but that's crazy. That it sounds like once a timer has been initiated, like it has to go when that's up, because there's like it takes that long to have all this other stuff start coming up. What a process.
Mm-hmm. Damn. They've got to be so nervous.
Yeah, I'd ask for my spacesuit to be brown. You know what I mean?
No, what do you mean?
God.
Why?
Anyways. No, dude, but like I said, I think of space being like the ocean, like fuck exploring like that crazy of a place that just humans were never meant to be in.
Yeah.
What if this is the mission where we find life?
At the space station.
I could. I was watching something. There like a previous astronaut that spent time at the space station. He was talking about how like nowadays it's a little bit easier, but they have to exercise up there because they lose bone density and stuff. Because since your body's not meant to be up there,
right?
Your body's built for gravity. So when you're up there and you're not using your muscles and bones, like your bones are that thick to hold up your body.
Yeah.
So they'll come down here and they can measure the percentage of bone loss that they've had.
Wasn't there a thing where they had twins? They kept one here and they sent the other in space for a long time, and then they compared the physicalness of both of them?
That story sounds familiar, but I don't know
the
facts about that. But
yeah,
like I guess like a long time ago, it's like you have even nowadays, it takes like a year or more for you to recover fully.
That's crazy.
And if you're up there for 60, 90 days, it takes like a year.
God, you have to get so healthy, so in shape to go up there, and then once you come back, you're fucked for a little bit.
And like you have to work out every single day while you're up there just to keep it like that. But like, you know, think about it. Like your equilibrium has to change. Your body literally adapts, and it's like, oh, well, you don't need these muscles anymore. You don't need this anymore. So we're gonna take away resources to this and put them elsewhere that you do need them for. So it's like your body literally just changes to your environment. It's like, it sounds deteriorating, like, oh, I'm losing bones, I'm losing muscle, but it's actually your body just saying, I do not need this anymore. Let's put this over here instead. Like,
damn,
so fucking
human
crazy.
body's weird.
Yeah, it's insane.
I keep thinking about that scene in Interstellar where they go to the water planet where time is like all different, and they get back, and that guy who was in the space station waiting for them, where to them it only had been like however much short period of time, he's like aged like crazy, and he says it's been however many years. Like,
that's so fucking insane.
It blows my mind how gravity can affect time.
I know, it's like theoretically
I don't
like,
understand. It hurts my brain to think about.
Isn't that crazy? Like, we're just dumb animals.
Yeah.
Trying to figure it out and like put together the, like, you know, draw the dots together and be like, what?
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't make any fucking sense, but like on paper and math it makes sense.
Yeah.
But our little brains just, the average person can't do it. But
that's another mind-blowing thing too, is like if we're able to like make an equation that can like be true no matter the situation.
Yeah.
Just putting numbers together, and
I don't fucking get it. It's so crazy.
I wish I was smart.
I know, dude. I wish I was smart too. But yeah, I mean, we thought that we were gonna get a launch by now, so this is supposed to be pretty cool. But we don't have a launch.
So depending on what's happening, we're probably gonna go. This is either gonna be a quick sponsor break.
Yeah. Sponsors.
Sponsors. We're gonna give a sponsor shout out here.
By
a little commercial
NASA?
break, and we might come back.
Yeah.
Or this might be the end of the podcast.
Yep. So if you still see time left on the timeline down there,
there it is.
stick around, because that means there's a launch coming.
Yeah.
So good shit.
We'll be back.
Thanks.
Well, if you're watching this, you probably already know that the launch was scrubbed, has been rescheduled.
Yeah.
So we're a little disappointed because we were super stoked about watching it live. But
we were all prepped.
We'll hold off until watching it personally until next recording session.
Yes.
And then we'll react to it.
Sven, you're pissed. I know. He's upset.
Sven really likes space.
He's like, I want to go to space.
And then we'll react to it then.
Yeah. Sweet.
Cool.
So, damn it, but I'm sure it's for safety reasons. I believe it's from weather, they said, or something. I don't fucking know. Either way, Saturday they're launching. We're gonna record it sometime next week. Get it to you.
What a bunch of babies, dude.
Right?
Being like,
fucking babies.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, all that power, all that technology can't handle some wind and some
right?
rain.
It's like,
Fuck.
oh no, I think it's starting to sprinkle a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we reschedule this?
Yeah. They're like, I don't care if the situation's ideal or not. Go to space.
Fucking astronauts, man. Bunch of snowflakes, I tell you.
Yeah, God.
Fuck 'em.
Fuck 'em. Subscribe.